Does anyone remember how weird credit cards used to be? Credit and debit cards have been around for a while, but it wasn't until the late 80s, early 90s that they became widely accepted, and today we're nearing a cashless society, which I know a lot of people are against for some privacy reasons. But before that, credit cards were a manual process where you had to use the little machine to copy down the number manually, and there was no computer to actually check the balance on the card or if it was actually even valid. You kind of just had like a trust system going on, and if it was under a certain amount of money, the credit card companies would just eat the cost because it wasn't really worth it to manually check every single transaction. If it was over a certain amount that made it worth it, the employee would need to call the credit card company and sit on the phone while they wait to verify the number. But what's even more wild is that employees would get mailed a giant book with a list of all the fraudulent credit card numbers, and if there was a number in there that matched, they could actually take the credit card from the customer and mail it into the company for a reward. And if you were a woman, you weren't even allowed to have a credit card unless your husband gave you permission. Even then, most of the time, it would just be in your husband's name. I just think it's fun to think about this kind of stuff because there's still a lot of people alive who remember what it was like to not have debit or credit cards. But I was born a couple years before Google was invented, so life before the internet is completely foreign to me, and we're getting close to nobody remembering what life is like before the internet. And in about 60 to 70 years, you're going to have a majority of people who have no idea what life was like before generative AI. Imagine your son coming up to you and saying, "Hey dad, how did you used to make your little videos before the computers did everything for you?" I don't think I'm ready for that future.